Good evening and welcome. Would you please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem? Well, congratulations. Graduation, it's a great night. So I get to be the first to say congratulations. I also get to be the first to send you off with a vision. To do that, let me offer my perspective on what this class of 2019 is all about. But first, I'm going to wander into a story that I hope connects to my point. I was thinking the other day about an acquaintance who I had in college. He was one of those guys who roamed around the dorm, who knew everybody, and never seemed to have to study. He was one of those guys who you could love and you could hate simultaneously. He was quite a character. He had this running joke. Actually, he had a lot of running jokes. But in this shtick, he would always compare two unlike entities. Who's better? He would ask in his Boston accent. The New York Yankees or the Berlin Philharmonic? Or he would make comparisons to groups that we would know, like our college basketball team, compared to the Senate Judiciary Committee. It made no sense. There was, of course, no real answer, but in our young adult way, we found it hilarious. Who's better? The Rutland High School Jazz Ensemble or the NATO Alliance? I guess you had to be there. So I was thinking about this class of 2019, living in interesting times. And then I considered the great class of 1969 over here. Yeah! Woo! They definitely lived through a turbulent era. Who's better, I wondered. Then I considered as well the graduating class of 2004, the class of our guest speaker seated behind me, Miss Caitlyn Mccain. I had the good fortune of teaching many members of that class. They were very, very strong academically. They were so well-rounded. So many committed to the arts, athletics, and outside interests. In that class of 2004, 15 years ago, they had this very tangible mission that they were going out to change the world. Probably similar, I imagine, to the intentions of the class of 1969. So when Caitlyn asked me, what is the class of 2019 all about? I did not say, who's better? But I did say to Caitlyn that for the class of 2004, the class of 2019 is really like looking in the mirror. Mirror images. You have done extremely well academically. Your athletic teams have been so successful. We see brilliance in the arts, just like in 2004. And yet the one area that I think really stands out for this class, the one quality that defines it, the one that makes you at least equal to 2004, and maybe even 1969, is your willingness, as we say at RHS, to take action. The class of 2019 truly listened when their teachers said, "Well, what are you actually going to do with what you learned?" The class of 2019 applied your understanding. That came in big ways through student groups like Club Giving, Key Club, Feminism Club, New Neighbors, You Matter, GMTI, Amnesty International, National Honor Society, Tri-M, and Austin, can you help me with this? I don't speak Spanish, sorry.
Sociedad Honoraria Hispanica.
Thanks, Austin. What did I miss? Through solving problems like 3D design, the Robotics Club, the Environmental Club, March for Our Lives, the Student Senate, and Global Citizenship. What did I miss? Through events and learning opportunities like the GIN Conference, the Global Studies STEM Fair, Capstone, Place Internships, Yes Plan, Unified Sports, partnerships with schools in Grafing, Germany, Japan, and in Spain. Maggie, can you help me with this one?
Ponte Suerte.
Ponte Suerte, yeah. What did I miss? Through service to the community, through food drives by athletic teams, through the Global Studies and STEM concentration, and through all the many parts of the school that ask that we give back to the community that serves us. There are so many ways that the class of 2019 took what you learned and leveraged it into something useful, something better. So, what did I miss? Here's another way that you learned and then applied. You learned to listen to one another. You learned to have respect for differences and have respect for each of your classmates. You learned to care for one another, and you learned to support one another. You did this in your daily lives, and how you interacted in school, how you learned from your mistakes, and even how, at times, you held the adult world to a higher standard. So, who's better? Different kids, different times. It's another illogical comparison. But class of 1969, you can be proud of these students, your legacy. And Caitlyn Mccain, class of 2004, if there is to be a 15-year reunion gathering for your class this summer, you can return to that group of young adults in their 30s and let them know that the class of 2019, in their late teens, is already changing the world for a better place. I am not going to say who's better, but tell the class of 2004 that the class of 2019 is ready to give you a run for your money. And since I don't dare mispronounce these words in Spanish, I need some help here.
Felicitaciones y buena suerte.
So, please welcome Mr. Adam Taylor, the superintendent of the Rutland City Schools, and Dick Corsell, president of the Rutland Board of School Commissioners. They will be awarding diplomas to the 50-year graduates, the great class of 1969.
Thank you, Mr. Olson. It's a privilege and an honor to recognize the class of 1969 Golden Diploma recipients. Tonight, we have 48 alumni in attendance from the Rutland High School class of 1969, representing 7 states, from as far away as Colorado to as close as right here in Rutland. We welcome the class of '69 and will now award their honorary diplomas. Karen Hussein Bassay, Rutland, Vermont. Deborah Hall Bloomer, Newmarket, New Hampshire. Christopher George Braves, Richmond, Vermont. Mary P. Burnham, Rutland, Vermont. Nancy Bigelow Canfield, Rutland, Vermont. Patrick Richard Carvey, Castleton, Vermont. Robert Coda, Maryville, Tennessee. Suzanne Deering West, Rutland, Vermont. Richard Dundas, Rutland, Vermont. Deborah Ann Dunphy, Reading, Massachusetts. Gregory J. Feinberg, Rutland, Vermont. Michael John Finn, Rutland, Vermont. Beth Flood, West Rutland, Vermont. Mickey Michael Mary Trainer Gaddis, Essex Junction, Vermont. Don Graham, Rutland, Vermont. Donna Benger Haynes, Rutland, Vermont. Linda Dunn Huggins, Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. Judith Barker Hulsebus, Rutland, Vermont. Lucille Diane Hurley, Fort Pierce, Florida. Craig Jones, Snowmass Village, Colorado. James A. Capitan, Fairhaven, Vermont. Connie Raymond Kinsman, Rutland, Vermont. Marcy L. Knapp, Rutland, Vermont. Francis David La Liberté, West Rutland, Vermont. 33 years of service to Rutland High School, World Language Spanish. Thomas E. LaMontagne, Middletown Springs, Vermont. Norman Lash, Wallingford, Vermont. David Lind, Rutland, Vermont. Linda Ezo Lignac, Greenwood, South Carolina. Harriet Ruth Mace, Shelburne, Vermont. Carol Fredette Mitchell, Rutland, Vermont. Judith A. Moscatello, Rutland, Vermont. Carlton Oberg, Proctor, Vermont. Marjorie L. Oberg, Proctor, Vermont. Marjorie and Carl were voted runners-up for the most promising couple in the class of 1969. Dr. Earl Arthur Olson, Rutland, Vermont. Jennifer Packard Patch, Rutland, Vermont. Rosie Pearson, South Hadley, Massachusetts. Howard Francis Pelkey, Panama City, Florida. Randall R. Pratt, Essex Junction, Vermont. Richard F. Pulling, York, Pennsylvania, class salutatorian. John A. Risk, Mendon, Vermont. Phyllis A. Rod, North Clarendon, Vermont. Joyce Johnston Sayers, Pulteney, Vermont. Donna Aiken Shaw, East Longmeadow, Massachusetts. Patricia McLaughlin Sheehan, Wellington, Florida. Valerie Dawn Sherman, Rutland, Vermont. Louisa Felton Spencer, Shrewsbury, Vermont. John Thomas, Rutland, Vermont. And Audrita Holly Webb, Shrewsbury, Vermont, reunion planner for the class of 1969. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me give a big round of applause to the class of 1969. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of '69, our Golden alumni are now excused to go begin their reunion weekend. Have fun. Be safe. It is my honor to welcome to the microphone Mr. Dick Corcell, President, Board of School Commissioners, Rutland City Public Schools.
All right. So I am not Dick Corcell. A little mix-up. Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations to the class of 2019. My name is Francie Tori, and I'm the treasurer of our class. Today, I have the honor of introducing our first speaker, Caitlyn French. As many of you have witnessed yesterday evening at the awards night, this girl has had plenty of accomplishments among all spectrums throughout high school. Caitlyn is a tri-scholar athlete, participating in cross-country, indoor track, and lacrosse for all 4 years of high school. As a teammate on the lacrosse team, we have connected on and off the field. Playing attack together has resulted in many goal celebrations. I still wonder how she makes some of those shots with absolutely no angle. It must have been all those stick tricks back in the day. Caitlyn is also very busy outside of sports. She's become not only a great teammate, but an accomplished musician. She was selected as the first chair saxophonist in the Vermont All-State and District Jazz ensembles, as well as a cellist in the district orchestra. Now, if you're not quite sure what that means, just know she's the best of the best. In her spare time, Caitlyn involves herself in clubs and community activities. As you know, she is our president, another opportunity to see her become a truly modest leader. She is also an active member in the National Honor Society. On top of all that, she has logged over 100 hours of community service over her high school career. It is safe to say she has had a huge impact on RHS and the Rutland community. Caitlyn will continue to make a huge difference in the next phase of her life. She will be attending St. Lawrence University, where she received the Vilas Scholarship for a double major of business in the liberal arts and psychology. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Caitlyn French.
Thank you, Francie. Greetings, administration, faculty, staff, fellow students, family, and friends. It is a great honor to have the privilege of speaking before you today. As a member of the band, this is the 4th consecutive RHS graduation ceremony that I have attended. I have probably played Pomp and Circumstance on a loop in that back corner over 500 times by now. But as I sat in those plastic chairs, playing that oh-so-repetitive convocation tune, I was able to watch hundreds of proud students march into this arena with the smiles on their faces. I was able to hear 6 student graduation speeches, each sharing different experiences, memories, and messages. Today, it is our turn. It is strange to think about, but after today, we will have collected all of the experiences and memories from high school that we ever will. It's over. We did it, class of 2019. We are all at the point where we are considering where we have been, where we are, and where we are going. With that in mind, I'd like to take this time to offer you a series of messages. First, a message for your past self. Okay, freshmen. Number 1, don't walk too slowly in the halls. People hate that. Number 2, you will make friends. Some friendships will fade, while others will become so strong that you can't imagine your life without them. Be confident. Everybody has a glow up after those awkward middle school years. We are all finding ourselves in this place, and you will too. Number 3, these 4 years will be the fastest of your life so far. Enjoy as many moments as you can. Do not shy away from trying new things. Try out for that team, audition for that play, rock that new outfit, tell that person you like them. Find out what you are passionate about and pursue it. While your time as a high school student may seem never-ending now, you will be amazed at how quickly the years fly by. Next, a message for you today. Until this point, our lives have been relatively structured for us. Go to school, attend after-school activities, do or don't do your homework, eat, sleep, repeat. However, soon we take control of our existence. Whether you want me to speak faster so you can get out of this place as soon as possible, or you are hanging on to every last second of the final moments that we may all be together in the same room, take a moment to reflect on how you got here. The Rutland High School class of 2019 is pretty impressive, after all. Our athletes have won championships, our musicians have made it into competitive festivals, our actors have sold out shows, our artists have decorated our halls, our engineers have built world-class competition-winning robots, our debate team members have won states, our volunteers have given hours of their own time to serve our community, and everybody knows it, our class's capstone posters were by far the most visually appealing that the halls of RHS have ever seen. Each and every one of you is an accomplished individual. You have overcome adversity, studied for weekly and sometimes daily assessments, woken up at 6 a.m. way too many times, attended club meetings and activities, all while trying to balance a halfway normal social life. Receiving a diploma at all is something to be extremely proud of. For some, our time at Rutland High has allowed us to make friends with host students from Somaliland, France, Germany, and Spain. Others were even lucky enough to travel to some of these destinations and Disney World. We have seen the world, brushed flour off our jackets under the Friday night lights, won the powder puff game against the juniors, danced the night away at prom, prayed for snow days together, sung with our teammates on the bus at the top of our lungs, supported members of the community by wearing Steph Strong t-shirts, and made countless other memories that we have the privilege of carrying with us for the rest of our lives. Now I ask that you look at the people next to you. Maybe you are best friends. Maybe you have never spoken to each other. Whatever your relationship may be, give each other a high five. Because while each and every one of you will walk across this stage with different perspectives, different experiences, and different memories from these past 4 years, something in our school continuously brought us all together. This place that we have called home for 1,460 days has allowed us to discover our interests, find our niches, and pursue our passions. That is a beautiful thing. Finally, a message for your future self. Today, you are a high school student. Tomorrow, you are whoever you want to be. If you are attending college in the fall, you will soon be a member of the class of 2023. If you don't ever want to go to school again, you don't have to. This is your life. Wherever you end up in the future, I urge you to do the things that you are passionate about. As the writer George Saunders once said, do those things that incline you toward the big questions and avoid the things that would reduce you and make you trivial. That luminous part of you that exists beyond personality, your soul, if you will, is as bright and shining as any that has ever been. Live, love, create, and build the life that is meaningful to you, the life that will make your soul shine. For the worriers, don't stress too much. Failure is inevitable, and it guides you to the success that you desire. For the dreamers, do not let anybody tell you that your goals are unrealistic. Passion, hard work, and being kinder than necessary are the only things you need to achieve your aspirations. For the risk takers, keep doing your thing. Action is the key to success. Today, you are a high school student. Tomorrow, you are whoever you want to be. Thanks for going to school with me. It's been fun.
Hello,
everyone. My name is Maggie Schillinger, and today I have the honor of introducing Austin Robertson as our student speaker. Austin and I met freshman year at a football game. I can't even remember how he got to be standing next to me, but I turned, and there he was, smiling for a reason I will never know. But it doesn't matter, because there, on those cold bleachers, a friendship was born. Austin wears this shirt that says across the front in big, bold letters, "World's okayest athlete." The irony is that Austin is not just okay at anything. Through hard work and dedication, Austin became exceptional at everything, from athletics to speech and debate. Miss Gardner and Mrs. Soliski, my freshman social studies teachers, would describe Austin as a Renaissance man, a man who has many talents in many different arenas. Austin played football and baseball all 4 years of high school. He won championships in mock trial and speech and debate. He was vice president for 3 years and excelled in clubs like Club Giving, Environmental Club, Sociedad Honoraria Hispanica, and National Honor Society. He gave countless hours to community service opportunities, such as Teens Reaching Youth, the Community Cupboard, and food drives. Austin is a college admissions counselor's dream. And next year, Connecticut College is lucky enough to have Austin come and study government at their school. That school, however, is just a small stone on Austin's path to greatness. In the yearbook, Austin's senior superlative was most likely to become President of the United States. So, ladies and gentlemen, in 20 to 30 years, when you're sitting at your house and you hear a voice coming from the TV telling you that Austin Robertson is in the lead for votes in the presidential election, you can tell your kids that you knew him way back in high school. But just remember that the class of 2019 saw it coming years before. So without further ado, I'd like you all to give a warm welcome to Austin Robertson.
Thank you, Maggie. Good evening, families, friends, faculty, guests, and my fellow graduates. When I sat down to write this speech, one word kept jumping out at me: family. I want you to think about your own definition of family, because there's no single one. There is the traditional nuclear family, but there's also the blended family, adopted, half, step, and foster families. Although there are all of these types of families, one thing we can all agree upon is that the class of 2019 is a family. We have lived with each other for over 4 years now, and many of us have been together even longer, since kindergarten. The early years, when we all approached learning with bright eyes and wide smiles, we were unaware of how much of a privilege education truly is. And along came the middle grades, where skills continued to develop and strengthen. We also faced new challenges, like an increased workload, higher expectations, and sometimes smiles faded. Thoughts of graduation began to surface. The days began to blend into weeks, and the weeks into months. Senioritis really started to kick in, even though some people probably had freshmanitis. Graduation inched closer and closer, and now, here we are. Take a moment and give yourselves a round of applause. Families allow for growth. We began as freshmen, scared, naive, innocent, confused, so not ready for high school. We couldn't even drive yet. In so many ways, we were babies, ready to take on the world, but didn't know how. The tools were placed in our hands, but we had not learned how to make the best use of them. And then the toddler phase, sophomore year, allowed us to gain confidence, knowledge, and experience. We grabbed the tools and began to perfect the many uses. Although no tools could have ever prepared us for Mr. Peterson's insane screaming. As people, we became more independent and took responsibility for our own learning. We continued to mature, but were unsure of our future. Junior year, the preteen and early teen years, let us become a little more sophisticated. Little by little, we were given opportunities to be responsible citizens. We were slowly becoming masters of our craft. And finally, senior year arrived, young adulthood. We were expected to start making our own decisions. We continued to build each other up and support each other's growth. That's what families do. Families face challenges. There were times when we probably wished we could go to our rooms and slam the door on each other. But in school, that's not possible. That's what makes our family so special. Learning how to push through the tough times will greatly benefit us in the future, whether going to college, enlisting in the military, or entering the workplace. We are family. Families may not always get along or agree, but there's no doubt in my mind that we will always be there for each other and support one another through everything. Family members inspire each other. Every one of you graduating has in some way impacted and inspired another student here today. By being the best you could possibly be, you might be the reason for someone else's success. Inspiring each other every day is why we made it here to this moment. And as we part today, we are leaving home. And the reason we all have enough confidence to do so is because of each other. We have all learned from our successes and failures. We have always cheered for and encouraged one another, whether it be through academics, on sports teams, in clubs, or through outside accomplishments. Families are for life. Our RHS family will be remembered as the graduating class of 2019. That's what it's all about, being remembered. And this doesn't mean that you will remember every single person in this room when you're 30. Well, except for Ernie, who everybody will remember, from his words of wisdom to edgy advice that you probably wouldn't want to repeat at the dinner table. What I'm trying to say is that you will remember the amazing experiences and some of the not so amazing experiences that have brought us to this very day. All of us have grown from each of these experiences through having fun with friends, winning championship games or losing them, cheering at pep rallies, studying for exams, working through projects, just hanging out, or all of those horrible walks to Home Depot and evacuation drill days. We have all become stronger and wiser people. Through our participation in local blood drives, food drives, and memorials for communities across the country in times of need, we have come together as a class and become more caring citizens. Families build strong bonds. The bonds we built while in RHS are unbreakable. We celebrated and appreciated the good times and stuck together through the tough times. One thing I want all of us to remember is that wherever our lives take us, we will always be able to call RHS home. And I'm so glad to have had the privilege to call you all my brothers and sisters. Congratulations and good luck, class of 2019.
Hello again. Tonight, I also have the honor of introducing our guest speaker for the evening. Born and raised on Hitzel Terrace in Rutland, Vermont, Caitlyn Mccain graduated from Rutland Town School in 2000 and Rutland High School in 2004. While in high school, Caitlyn was a member of the varsity soccer and lacrosse teams. However, she truly excelled on the slopes, where she became a Vermont state champion racer for the Alpine ski team. Caitlyn was also a tenor saxophonist in the jazz ensemble, a co-president of Key Club, and a member of National Honor Society. Participating in athletics, music, and volunteer work, it is easy to understand that Caitlyn was extremely involved within the RHS community. From fine-tuning her writing skills with Mr. French, to signing up for classes with Mr. Sampson before he became assistant principal, to writing a history paper on the conspiracy theory of JFK in Mrs. Davin's class. Caitlyn Mccain is undeniably a Raider at heart, just like you and me. After high school, Caitlyn attended the University of Vermont and graduated in 2008. She then moved to Boston to pursue a career in nursing. After working for a couple years, she found a job at Brigham and Women's Hospital in the field of her passion, organ transplantation. Caitlyn has worked as a lung transplant nurse for 7 years and is now the nurse manager within the Center for Advanced Heart Disease. Here, she oversees the treatment of patients with advanced heart failure, ventricular assist devices, and heart transplantation. She is also pursuing her master's in business administration at Babson College in Boston. Without further ado, please give a warm Raider welcome to Ms. Caitlyn Mccain.
Thank you, Caitlyn, fellow Caitlyn. It is my pleasure to the faculty and staff, family and friends, and of course students, soon-to-be graduates. I want to thank you all for welcoming me to this wonderful occasion. It is truly my honor to be here today. To the graduating class of 2019, I congratulate all of you. I have such fond memories of walking across this stage 15 years ago, receiving my diploma, and I hope that you can share that same excitement 15 years from now. 3 years after I graduated from Rutland, I came back to this ceremony to see a friend give this speech on this stage. After the ceremony, we all gathered outside like I hope we can today, and I started speaking with a former teacher. Near the end of our conversation, the teacher looked to me and said, "You know, that could be you someday." And I said, "Me? No." He replied, "I'm serious, you could do that." I kept thinking, no way, never going to happen. Graduates, let my standing here before you today be proof that your teachers really know a thing or two. Your teachers of the past 4 years believe in you. They believed in you when you started out as students, and they will believe in you long after you receive your diploma. They have given you lessons that will serve you well in years to come. Go confidently in your next adventure, knowing the foundation you are standing on is strong. And just be warned that if you question the lessons of your teachers, you may find yourself standing in front of an audience of about 2,500 people, looking to Mr. Peterson and saying, "I am so sorry that I ever doubted you. You, sir, were right." 12 years later, I have not forgotten our conversation or your encouraging words. So in 2004, I graduated from Rutland and went on to study nursing at the University of Vermont, just like someone out here is going to do, but I won't name names. And then on an otherwise uneventful day during my sophomore year, when I was just a couple years older than you are now, I received a phone call from a friend. The phone call started with, "Hey there, Caitlyn." Now, I've known this friend a very long time, and whenever he starts out a conversation with "hey there," emphasis on a very long hey, I always know something is up. And this time was no different. I said to him, "Great to hear your voice. What's going on?" And then in a tone that was both cautious and excited, my friend said, "Things are great, great. So, question, what are you doing this summer?" I replied, "I don't know. It's November." And he said, okay, no problem. "So this summer, do you want to go to India with me?" And I surprised myself when, without any hesitation, I answered, "Absolutely. When should we leave?" He said, "Fantastic. We'll talk about details later." And with that, our conversation ended. And then a few questions started rolling through my mind. Why are we going to India? What are we going to do there? How will we get around if we don't speak the language? But then I started thinking about what an amazing experience this could be. And so the most important question I asked myself was, when will I ever get an opportunity like this again? Now, one of the harder things about saying yes to this trip was that the majority of my fellow nursing students, 99 out of 100, had plans to become nursing assistants that summer. If I went to India, I would be the 1 out of 100 not spending the summer in a hospital. I faced some criticism and doubts and had questions like, what about your career? Are you sure that's a good idea? And won't it be hard to get a job in nursing without any actual experience? All very valid questions. Fortunately, a wonderful mentor pulled me aside and said, Caitlyn, you're 20. You have your whole life to be a nurse. Go to India and take advantage of this opportunity. So in May 2006, my friend and I arrived in Calcutta, India, hopped into a rickshaw with our luggage in tow, and spent the next few months volunteering with the Missionaries of Charity through Mother, now Saint, Teresa's care homes and orphanage. It was one of the most challenging, but one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. A place on the other side of the globe, with a 10-hour time difference, where I was unfamiliar with the food and the culture. Nothing could have prepared my 20-year-old self for the shock I was in. I was sick from the medicine to prevent malaria and spent the first couple weeks missing Vermont, missing the comforts of what I knew. But as I adjusted, I was able to witness incredible acts of kindness and selflessness. Despite Calcutta being a city with profound poverty, the missionaries took care of every person in need with sincere compassion, never turning anyone away. Observing the dignified and respectful way these missionaries approached their work became a true building block for my future as a nurse. I may not have been in the hospital learning, but I was still learning, just in a different way. My lesson here is take advantage of opportunities as they come, even if you are that 1 out of 100. And perhaps you won't be able to take advantage of every opportunity, but do me a favor and at least consider it. Put yourself in an environment outside your typical comfort zone. Know that it can and will get hard, but have faith that those uncomfortable moments may turn out to be some of the most rich and rewarding experiences of your life. And that friend that I went to India with, well, he was not a friend from college. He was a friend I knew from Rutland, a friend who graduated with me those 15 years ago. So to me, some of the best things about growing up in Rutland and going to this high school were the friendships I made here. Now, despite the long distances and very different career paths, my 2 closest friends from Rutland High School are still my 2 closest friends today. I encourage you all to cherish and maintain your Rutland friendships as you go into the next stage of your life. So when the phone rings, pick it up. It may be someone asking you to go on an awesome trip, perhaps to India. And when the email comes, answer it. It may be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And most importantly, make time to see one another. These friendships can be your network, your emotional supports, your laughs, and they can travel with you figuratively and literally, in the years to come. Now, students, soon to be graduates, let me be the first to say, you could be standing up here someday sharing the lessons you will learn in the coming years. And when Mr. Olson invites you to give this speech, I hope to be sitting out in the audience, listening and saying to myself, I told you so. Congratulations to this amazing class. One that makes me think, if I can't be part of your graduating class, at least I get to be part of your graduation ceremony. It's truly an honor. Thank you and good luck with your future endeavors.
To all those here assembled, I hereby certify to you with the utmost confidence and respect that these candidates assembled before you have successfully completed the requirements for graduation from Rutland High School. They have worked hard and overcome many challenges to earn the diplomas they receive today. They are the product of our dedicated faculty, their proud parents and family. I respectfully present to you the Rutland High School class of 2019.
I see that we have a good luck gummy bear here.
That's Francie's.
Thank you, Francie. Okay. So, let's start with Francie.
Ich habe nichts zu Friends gefunden.
Mary Frances Itori. Caitlyn Sharon French. Austin Michael Robertson. Marguerite Louise Schillinger. Andres Aguilar Baez. Zachary Dean Aiken. Justin Scott Aker. Joshua Andrew Paul Alger. Zachary A. Arsenault. Chad R. Balestra. Logan Edward Balestra. Zachary Kenneth Bates. Brianna Beauchamp.
Congratulations, Brianna.
Brenton Matthew Beers. Camille Madeline Therese Bernard. Ella Lee Baraldi. Skylar Elizabeth Bird. Cassandra R. Boardman. Leonie and Arena Marie Bohannon. Paige Alexandra Bolig. Madison Sky Barasa. Janelle Elena Bove. Logan Riley Boyd. Michaela A. Brogan. Devin Lee Brown. Logan Patrick Broyles. Samantha Lee Russo. Hilana Rose Burrier.
Congratulations.
Emma Catherine Burry. Devin James Buzzard. Caitlyn Mackenzie Calabro. Hunter Patrick Cameron. Mackenzie Gwynn Carlson. Peter James Casarino.
Peter, congratulations.
Aurora Bullitt Charleston. Leah Paige Sharon. Austin Phillips Cockey. Colin Matthew Colty. Audrey Comas Altland. Chersty Gabriella Conway. Casey Thomas Coughlin. Eric Matthew Coughlin. Dylan M. Cram. Brandon S. Cross. Noah James Crossman. Ashley Rosalie Deveneaux. Alexandria Jean Diaz. Cameron H. Draper. Lily Bryn Duboff. Madeline May Dudley. Vanessa Ann Dumas. Marley Lynn Dupree. Aubriana Lee Dido. Elliot Vincent Engels. Noah C. English. Nico Richard Esposito. Jameson Alexander Evans. Shaler Christopher Evans. Alyssa Lee Farrell. Madison Kate Federoff. Jason Elliott Fitzgerald. Nathaniel C. Fogg. Megan Elizabeth Forrest. Tiffany Amber Forrest. Devin Catherine Fortier. Abraham John Furlan. Elise Kaylin Gio. Lauren Conley Giancola. Isabella Ann Gaitis. Justin J. Gilman. Tiffany Cherie Gilman. Brianna Lynn Golden. Emma D. Gonzalez. Jack Dylan Goodrich. Gabriela Mariana Garuso. William Blaze Goulet. Cassandra Griffin. Nolan Jared Hanna. Dylan James Harrington. Matthew Dylan Harry. Tyan Michael Hayford. Connor James Heaton. Jacob Alexander Henderson. Kaya Ann Hicks. Shauna Louise Heyer. Shonda Hill.
No, you didn't.
Emily Catherine Hill. Evan Joseph Hill. Miles Spencer Hogan.
Congratulations, Miles.
Roderick William Holdsworth III. Amy Lorraine Howard. Sky Taylor Howard. Haley Nicole Hubbard. Lucas Joseph Hubbard.
Somebody was eating a lot of gummies or something.
Savannah Marie Gerardo. Curtis Ryan Johnson. Elijah Dean Jones. Aaron Kelly Jutner. Jensen W. Kelly. Tiara Lynn Kellogg. Alex Nicole Kenyon. Logan Michael Kenyon. Melanie Inez King. Madison Jane Kingsley. Gabriel Anthony Knapp.
Gabriel, congratulations. Thank you so much.
Lily Carol Krupp. Taylor Mary Krupp. Kyle Martin Cook. Connor Charles Ladbush.
Connor? Oh, yeah. Thank you. No.
Haley Patricia Lafayette. Katrina Emily LaFemina. Hannah Grace LaMarche. Graham M. Lenzillo. Caden Michael LaPena. Aaron C. LaPointe. Brianna Bernadette Lillian Laprie. Evangeline Renee Sky Laprie. Haley Elizabeth Lear. James Patrick Lee. Rachel Denise Lee. Annie Lynn. Noah Caleb Logan. Jacob Andrew Lorman. Amelia Ray Loveco. Dennis Lee. Jeremiah Jerome Lynch. Elise Catherine Magro. Caden Michael Marchinkowski. Ethan M. Marchinkowski. John Martin. Vera R. Martin. Owen Scott Massey. Sierra Lynn McCann. Damian N. McCullough. Alexa Michelle McPhee. Naomi Mara Merrill. Julia Sabra Michael. Braden McGregor Moore. Colin Patrick Moore. Ryan David Moore. Derek Andrew Mullen. Matthew Robert Mumford. Skylar Michelle Murray. Jessica Claire Nielsen. Ethan Joseph Knott. Jessica Lee Orlock. Cameron Michael Ovid. Mariah Lynn Parker. Dale Andrew Patterson II. Grace Mary Perkins. Dakota James Peters. Griffin Miles Plant.
Seriously, those gummies are like all.
Carl V. Pratt III. Tucker Earl Proctor. Abigail Lynn Racine. Ryan Zachary Randall. Madeline M. Reed. Nora Rhodes. Alexis Morgan Robertson. Tyler Aaron Robideau. Matthew T. Rock. Lane Patrick Rogers. Daniel James Rodriguez. Devin James Rogers. Samuel Patrick Rogers. Caitlyn Marie Rousseau. Mackenzie A. Cesaric. Ashley Lynn Sarnowski. Dakota Ann Savage. Regan M. Seeley. Benjamin Carl Simpson. Kyle Anthony Slater. Abigail Joy Slanker. Nathan Gordon Smith. Greta Rose Solsa. Caitlin Dorothy St. Germain. Elliot M. St. Peter. Jack Peter Sahura. Maxwell Clifford Stearns. Molly Marie Stockwell. Tyler D. Stone. Mason Michael Sylvia.
moving around. I'm going to walk out of here like this.
Paul Andrew Tatro. Jenna C. Thompson.
Jenna, congratulations.
Madeline Rose Thompson. Thomas Matthew Venturella. Zachary Stephen Walsh.
Zachary, congratulations.
Jerome Curry Webster. Matthew Hamilton Webster. Jeremy M. Welch. Philip Charles Wessing. Alexander William White. Noah R. White. Simona Anastasia White. Benjamin Andrew Brody Wigmore. Autumn Lee Wilbur. Garrett Michael Wilcox. Avery Helen Willis. River T. Willman. Eric Charles Woodbury. Alexa May Wortman. Olivia Ann Wright.
Last but not least.
Zoe Lynn Smirkle. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2019.
Class of 2019, please rise. For the alma mater.
You may now turn your tassels from right to left.
Ready? Congratulations, class of 2019.